How's everybody doing today? I'm Zoe, and this is me racing. Today, we're going to be a little bit all over the place. So, once again, we're still doing tests, still trying to get everything ironed out so that you have the best experience as a viewer, and I'm not having to trade a whole lot playing the game as well. So, we're continuing that. I feel like I've been headed in the right direction. We're slowly but surely knocking things out one by one. Last time we cleared up the drop frames, and then now we're having lagging frames. So I got things set up a little bit better. I'm able to monitor things a little bit better. I dropped a little bit of the settings to try and at least make the ride a little bit more smooth for you. So hopefully it's at least watchable now. I went back and watched a bunch of stuff, and man, it was rough. It was rough. So let's go ahead and I'll give you the rundown. So what I'm gonna do is right now we're in the middle of a season. We're right on the verge of doing the Bahrain race. We did practice 1 and 2 with the racing line. We did practice 3 and qualifying without the racing line. And now it's been a few days since I've hopped on and drove that track. So I'm a little rusty. So what I need to do is go and do some hot laps, kind of get a feel for the track again, kind of remember where everything's at. And so I'm going to do 10 laps of that. I have some data from practice 1, practice 2, practice 3, and qualifying. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set 10 laps in hot laps. And then I'm going to compare that data to what I did. I believe my fastest one was actually in qualifying, which is a good thing. So we'll go back and then we'll compare what I'm doing today to where I was at the other day during qualifying. Or wherever my fastest lap during all those sessions laid. We'll compare the differences. So let's go ahead and set some hot laps. Ooh. Give me 1 second. I need to make sure that we're doing something. Okay. Just want to make sure that we're recording as well. All right. And get some jams. And I went ahead and got the car all set up for the track already. We're good to go. Kind of changed up a few audio levels as far as the balance on like the music and the gameplay. So we'll see how it goes. Well, looks like we're already invalidating. And let's go ahead and check another thing, because I know how I love to forget to unmute the mic, and I also love to forget to start the data. Okay. And it looks like today we're doing great. We're doing great. We got audio. We did turn on the telemetry data. It's going in a good direction. Let's restart that lap. Ooh. Little wide, little wide. A little slow on the throttle there. Ooh, too much steering angle. Like I said, it's been a few days. We're a little rusty. Downshifted one too many gears. Okay, much better on the exit of that turn. Okay, only a tenth down in that corner. A little wide, a little wide. Going in a little bit hot there. And I had to lift. Ooh, way wide. Oh man, we really messed up that corner. We kind of gained it back on that one that we went wide. Oh, and slowed way too far down. Misshifted. Ooh. Wrong gear and wide. Slowed down too much. Ooh. It's rough. Almost 2 seconds down right now. Shifted a little bit early. Now I'm paying for it a little bit down the straight. And I shifted early to save it there. Yeah, we kind of messed that turn up again. Oh, cut that way too close. Ooh. .2 down. At least we're making progress. I'm hanging a little bit wide there. I need to really cut the inside. Ooh. Well. Oh, that line sucked. Okay, I can't accept that one. Can't do it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, almost. Still losing a little bit of time. Man, I'm just getting too aggressive with it right now. And I feel like I'm not looking far enough. Oh no. Oh man, this could be rough. This could be rough. Just gotta be more delicate. Ooh. You know what? Obviously, we need some practice, so no more restarts. Oh man, this is rough, but it's gonna get better. Ooh, man. $1.5. It's a lot of time to find. And honestly, if I would just hold it together on each turn, I feel like I could probably do it. Ooh. Man. This is something else. And this is on a track that I feel like I know. There we go, smooth. I have been playing with the graphics settings a lot here lately, so I wonder if changing them back and forth is kind of messing with my eyes. Too wide. Messed up that turn again. It's alright, we're about to get it. Oh no. Whew. Alright, we're at least going in the right direction. But it may take us a little while to figure this out. And all that race strategy data that we gathered may not be entirely accurate for the way I'm driving today. That was smooth, but not fast, or as fast. How did I lose 6/10 or 5, like half a second right there? Oh, that curve is always dangerous. Tried to account for the extra speed with the angle and cut it a little too close. crazy that that was about the same time as the lap before. See that turn? Oh, I tried to stay in it. I was riding the edge. But it was not getting me what I wanted. Oh man. Alright. We only got a couple of laps of this left. But it does make me wonder what the race will be like. Oh no! I was actually only a 10th down right there. Alright. I know it's somewhere inside there. I just gotta pull it out of me. Man, that turn is detrimental if you make a mistake. Oh man. Alright, we're still headed in. Well, no. I think we were 1.2 slower on one of them earlier. Alright, we gotta get this turn figured out. Ooh. Good recovery. Ooh. Yeah, this lap will never do it now. Okay, now we're back to 1.2. Braking way too late. It's like if I try to push it any further than 110, it's too late. Too greedy. But way better on that turn. Had to lift. Oh no! Ah, are you kidding me? After all that, we were doing pretty good. We'll do one more. Slight lift. Oh, we lost it right there. Oh, paid for that. All right, so we're 3.5 tenths off. So that was good. We're coming back. We're coming back. Alright. So let's go ahead. Let's get out of this. It's only 3/10 off from our personal best. We actually found a little bit of time in sector 2. But we lost it in 3 by 1/10.5 and 1/4 of a second. So we'll dig into the data deeper, see exactly where that time's at. Alright, let's see. Go ahead and stop that. And alright, so here's today. So the only thing that's bad about this, looking at this right here, so every lap that I didn't restart, we got a DQ right off the bat, DQ another 3 laps later, another couple of laps later, another DQ, and then, you know, 4 laps later, another DQ. So it looks like we've got some consistency issues here. But here's our best one from just a second ago. And it looks like this is our best one yet on PC. So we scroll down here. Like I said last time, over the past couple of times I've realized that this is really where we need to start, as opposed to comparing this. So this can kind of tell me what to do. Over here is telling me really who the winner is and who had the best style through what particular section. So let's zoom in here. So it looks like the red one is the fast one. Oh, and it looks like it didn't get our last lap, maybe? Because we were supposed to be 3/10 off, not half a second. Let me see what's going on here. Huh. Okay. I know this isn't right, but let's see if we can glean some useful data. Alright. And who knows, maybe I set this lap some other place or time, or who knows. Alright, so the red looks like really where we're getting it right here. So our blue is losing out all down the main straight. Because it's at lower speed, he's braking later. So this one is a higher speed, braking earlier. And it looks like they're really going down to about the same minimum speed, only varying by maybe a couple of miles an hour. And then really all through here, the fast one has trouble recovering a little bit, but ends up making it up across all this distance right here. So even though he's off a little bit more here and here, through these little parts, he ends up making it up over a longer distance. So we go a little bit further down the track. So it looks like really the main thing that I see throughout these 2 turns so far is that the red one isn't slowing down as much, and it's still able to have the same exit speed coming out. So really I need to, I guess, work on the angle that I'm taking the corner in, try to widen that out more so that I don't have to slow down as much. So we come through here, same thing, don't slow down as much, but still get that clean exit here. Coming down a little bit further, next turn, brake slightly later, and we dip the speed just a tad bit more than the other trace, but we're making it up all right here, and we're matching it all through here. So braking later and still getting the recovery on the exit. So we come across here, same thing, slow down less, still get a better recovery. So I mean, just for visual reference, let's see exactly where we are. Slow down, not as much. Same or better exit. Brake slightly later. So really, just for visual reference, let's go back to over here. So from the very beginning, all the way through Sector 1, and I'd probably say the majority of the complicated part of Sector 2, all through that portion of the track up until now, has been the same story at every turn. Has been slow down a little bit too much and not recovering on the exit, either too delicate or I'm getting wheel spin or something of that nature. So really, I think probably a better line, a wider line, so that I'm not having to dip my minimum speed as much, and I can carry the speed through my corners better, is really where I'm lacking out, carrying the speed through the corners. So if I can take a wider line, then I should be able to go faster. I'm just kind of taking a quick look here to see. Okay, red is faster, broke earlier. And this is really telling the same story a different way as the velocity trace. But really, I kind of did, I don't know, comparable but different through here. So really, it's the pushing the braking points, I feel like that's hurting me. So if I would just trade a little bit on the entry of the turn, I guess, then that would square me up better for the exit instead of just skidding around and sliding. So that's something to think about too. Maybe it's not my line, it's trying to do too much on the entry, and really I need to focus on the exit, because that really makes sense the more that I look at it. Because if you notice, you've got these somewhat aggressive hard turns here, but they're followed by these long winding straights, and if they're not straights, they're very high speed gradual turns. So it's like basically a 90 long straight. So you really want to set yourself up for the exit, because you're gonna pay for it all down the straight. Same thing here, set yourself up a little bit better on the entry for a better exit to carry it all through this section more. Here it looks like I'm pretty much doing an identical braking point, and here it's a little bit more throttle. We're on later, so it's a trade-off here. And it looks like here, same story all through these corners. So now the reason why I stopped there is because here's where the story changes. It's right here. Basically the same minimum speed, about the same braking point right here. Same minimum speed. So I'm guessing here is probably wheel spin the difference right here, but it's over a very small distance. But from here to here, we're looking at, let's see, 2900 to 3350. So we're looking at 450 meters, I think, is what this is measuring in. So about 450 meters right here, where we're carrying a 5, 8, anywhere from 5 to 8 mile an hour advantage over that entire different distance. Kind of slims down at the end to like 3. And we're still braking at the same point too, so that's great. And once again, we're not slowing down as much for our minimum speed, and basically still able to recover everything. But really, let's take a closer look right here. What happens here? So this is that turn that I was saying that it takes a lot out of it. It's super tricky if you don't get it right. So let's zoom in here. So it looks like we broke a little bit. So no, we broke a little bit later and we stayed on the brake longer. It looks like we did pretty good on our trail braking on a lot of these corners. We've gotten better at trail braking over time, so it seems like I'm getting more consistent in that area. But now I'm noticing that even within that, there's a finer margin that really hones in the consistency. So while I'm able to make use of the skill, still not getting the desired effect that I want. There's still a smaller window within that window, which is funny because the trail braking only applies to about 15% of the back end of the brake pedal that's left. So even within that 15%, 10% of what's left in the brake pedal, all of that matters a lot. And that's not a lot of pedal for accuracy. You've really got to feel it. And we're off throttle, identical here. And you notice the difference between the two, I think, is that there's actually a small gap in between being off throttle and on brake. Whereas the 130.3, the fast lap, is I'm overlapping those. And then here, we're back on throttle. We're on full throttle a little bit later. So, something happens here. I wonder if maybe I open up the DRS sooner, because I know that's a DRS zone that you're going across right then, which very well could be. Not quite sure. Hey, go further, brake about the same time. Not as much on the minimum speed, so I don't slow down as much right here. Again. And then the exit, we really fumbled it right here. So this really seems to be where our lap fell apart. And then same thing right after. Same story throughout the whole track. Lower, not as low minimum speed, so we're carrying it through the corner better, and we're still getting the same exit. So we need to find a way to carry the speed through the corners better. Let's back up right here and see where exactly this is on track. So okay, now we've got some differences between the throttle and the brake. So let's zoom in here. So it all starts back here. We brake, same thing, almost identical trail braking and the distance that we're braking. We switch back over to the throttle. There's a small gap where we're just coasting, and then on throttle. So we're on throttle a little bit sooner and a little bit more aggressive with our slow lap that we did today. So we're a little bit more patient, and it looks like more gradual with our lap from the other day. So you really see the throttle control through here. The individual blocks of the rainbow are popping out here. Whereas here it's like real squinched up. There's a heavy middle zone where I'm just hanging out mid throttle, holding it in there because it swung out too wide most likely, and then I'm trying to make up for it getting back on super quick. So we're back on full throttle sooner and heavier. And then here it looks like we don't lift as much. So I mean, here it looks like we may no, we're not doing better, because this is what tells us that we're not doing better. So look at all this distance that we're just traveling way too slow. Way too slow. Way too slow. So that tells us that this strategy isn't working. Getting on throttle sooner and then having to make a slight lift here. And it also, we broke sooner. So we may be able to fix that. We need to push closer to that green Rolex sign. That's what I'm using for my brake marker. I know whenever I'm getting right in front of it and I can see it barely out of my peripheral, that's when I need to be full on throttle. But it's real crazy the way that you get off of the brake. The trail braking here is really what does it and can give you the advantage. And I'm kind of messing it up here, as you can see on the brake trace. There's not really riding it out. I'm kind of coasting through there, so I either need to be on the brake or on the throttle, one of the two. So here it looks like really just a lighter lift earlier. Maybe, I don't know. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. I thought I was looking at it wrong there for a second. So yeah, it looks like a lighter lift earlier and maintaining our speed through here. I probably went a little bit wide as well on the fast lap. So here, broke later. So push closer to that Rolex sign. And I lifted and coasted through here. So yeah, it's really the carrying of the speed through the corner. And then we come up through here and we're doing better by the exit, lower minimum speed, and same exit speed. So same thing all the way around the track, same lesson to be learned. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this and start it, because I always forget. Always. So we learned valuable lesson. We need to carry the speed through our corners, which is kind of interesting. That was a similar lesson to some very strategic corners at Portimao as well. So common lesson that it looks like I'm really needing to learn, to stop being so aggressive on the brake and on the throttle and really cruise through the corners. So I'm gonna work my best to work on that. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. I'm gonna be back probably in about 10-15 minutes, and we'll be able to jump into that race hopefully. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Yeah. So I'll kind of give you a little bit of reference as to what's going on, how I'm going through this and everything. Usually I do a little bit of telemetry data. I already went through that. Now I'm about to start the race. Over the past couple of streams, I've been doing the racing line on practice 1 and 2, and then taking the racing line off. I'm doing no assists. No power steering, no ABS, no traction control, no I'm doing manual gearbox. Here, you know what? I'll just take you through it. How about that? So let's get into it. And I like to jam, so we're gonna jam while we do that. Alright, so let's see. I want to take you through the settings. Alright, so we go into here. We'll just start from the beginning. So I turn the steering assist off, braking assist off, anti-lock brakes off, traction control off. At this point, I've got the line off on this track. I just started a fresh season. We've got a manual gearbox. The pit assist is really the only assist that I have on, the entry and the exit. We've got manual starts. We've got manual ERS deployment and manual DRS deployment. We've got it. I want it to be as close to real life as possible, so the forecast is approximate. We've got the tutorials on. We're doing the whole R&D thing. I did it as a driver, not as the company. I really want to focus on the driving. The faults are on high. The fault frequency is standard, so we're not manipulating it, so it's just happening all the time. But I do want that aspect in there. We come over to here. We've got the rules and flags on. We've got the corner cutting stringency to strict. We've got park firme on, safety cars on standard, and we're doing formation laps. We've got the AI difficulty on 70. That brings us to hard. I started out on 65. I switched over from PS5 to PC, and I haven't quite got the settings right on it. So I'm losing a little bit of time somewhere between switching consoles. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So I figured I'd start low on the difficulty. I ended up putting it on pole with the AlphaTauri. So that shouldn't be happening. So I was like, let's go ahead and crank that up. I went ahead and did the surface type realistic, the recovery mode. So I went ahead and put flashbacks and put the limit on high. So it's not unlimited, but I do have quite a bit of them. As you can see from the previous settings, I've stacked the odds pretty hard against me and everything. So for me, I wanted to have the realistic feeling and have more opportunities to really hone in my skill on that and make sure that whatever I'm doing, the data and the skills and the knowledge and all of that can correlate to on-track usage. Eventually, this channel will turn into live action racing through karting, and then who knows, eventually we may take it to cars. So we'll just have to see how far this road goes. I'm barely starting the whole streaming aspect and letting everybody into this. I've been sim racing for about a year. We started out with this, I think it's a G29 or a G920, one of those, and an office chair with a bungee cord attached to it. So we've started from literally rock bottom, and we're slowly putting this thing all together. I put the car damage on simulation, the car damage rate on simulation. I did this on easy. If you actually look at it, it's kind of tricky. If you do it on the other one though, it hampers your car more and everything, so I decided not to do that. I want full manual control. Manual race starts, collisions are on. We're doing the tire temperature on the surface and the carcass, and pit lane tire temperature. So when you go through the pit lane and drive through it, you're gonna be in the shadows, or the temperature is gonna be different, and it's gonna affect that. this is kind of more boring. I don't have all of these on-screen HUDs and everything. The only HUD that I really have is like the radio communication for the team and what's essential to me, like being able to see where the tires are at, the tire temperature, and getting those in the right window, and being able to change my ERS deployment methods and the fuel consumption, all of that. That's the only kind of stuff that I really like having available to me. And then that pretty much takes us through it. So I did mess up on one thing, which is I was trying to get it set right. So I wanted to do like half practice sessions, the full qualifying, and then half of the race. I kind of got my settings messed up somewhere, and it won't let me change anything now on that. So I really wanted the race to be longer, but this is what we ended up with. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right into the race. Kind of had a rocky start from the telemetry data that I was showing earlier in the stream. You're welcome to go back and look at it. It's good stuff, and I love digging through that. So I feel like you can gain a lot of experience off the track. So it's a good thing to take advantage, and I just want to share it with everybody. So
months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening events of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. So here we are in 2021 at the start of another Formula One World Championship. It all begins here. Mercedes looking to retain their hold on the title. Red Bull seeking to secure their position as the main contender for that title. Ferrari no doubt hoping for a fresh start following their difficulties last year. And elsewhere on the grid, the prospect of some really exciting battles, including between the newly rebranded Aston Martin and
So to give you some more context, I went with AlphaTauri because in real life, I like to kart, and what I've noticed is every time I go to kart, I'm always going at times where there's nobody else on track. And so while I get pretty good lap times and pretty good consistency and everything, I'm really not used to driving in traffic. So I want to start honing in on that skill here. So I figured a good thing would be to pick a midfield car. That way I'm always driving in traffic. I'm always going back and forth during the pit strategies and really learning how to be patient, pick and choose my moments, learn where my opponent's weaknesses are, and really just the patience of just not coming up behind a car and trying to jam it down the inside of the first turn that we come across. So really trying to play it more of a chess game like I want to start doing with the tire strategy and everything, which is kind of why I'm disappointed that the race is so short. That's without a longer race, you really don't have time to go through a good pit strategy or tire management or any of that kind of stuff. So I mean, 10 laps on a set of mediums, like that's yeah, like you're barely gonna start going through them. I really want to experience the really having to pick and choose your moments. So I did custom set up the car. It's already in park for me. I'm gonna go with the faster one. So I mean, it says that you need to increase the lifespan of each tire, but like I said, I'm used to doing the full race, and I figured for the sake of the stream and ease of me, I would go with half races on this season. I made it all the way through F2. I made it into F1 and started a season, made it through a couple of races, and that's whenever I got the PC that you see behind me and had to switch over to it. So now I'm no longer playing on PS5, and so like I said, ever since then it's been honing in of all of the different components that it takes to put all of this together. So we're gonna go with that one, and we'll get into the racing.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tires and brakes up to temperature.
Well, I don't know if that means that I lost that place or what. Ooh, okay. Well, let's act like that never happened.
What a great way to start the season. Pole position. Now let's take the win.
Oh yeah, it is a great way to start the season. And let's not lose pole position on the formation start.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn
Oh
the gears, so go
no.
into each one when you can.
We've lost the camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this, and I try to charge the camera. I'm ordering some batteries right now. It's harder for me to do these longer streams on just one battery. So don't worry, I'm fixing it. It's on the way. Just hang in there with me. Hang in there with me. Follow the channel, because I promise it's gonna get a lot better. A lot better. So I'll give you a little bit of insight to my strategy to work around that, which obviously didn't work today. But my plan was to take the break a little bit earlier, make it through that telemetry data a little bit faster, turn the camera off, take a break, and let it charge during the break, then come back and do the race.
We're gonna need some
But
work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm
so
the tires as well, please.
it didn't work out this time, but we'll, like I said, it won't even be an issue here in like a week, because I'll be getting more batteries and we'll just trade that out during the break. I'm going a little bit fast.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
And I went through my tires entirely too much in qualifying. Oh, brakes are a little bit hot. Okay, we got them back. Ooh, that timing on that was delicate. I had to slow down and really let the air drag through those brakes before I hit the line. All right, here we go.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
I lost out there. Ooh. Whoa, okay. 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 I should have covered the outside. Ooh. I'm really losing out. But I did up the difficulty, so. Maybe I'm feeling that. I need to at least get back in DRS range before that activates.
Approaching the pit window.
I'm gaining on him.
Mediums.
Ooh, lost it there. Ooh. I'm losing time. Ugh. They're getting close behind me. Oh. Oh. Alright, let's go ahead and use the flashback. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Oh. What is happening? Alright. See if we can do this twice in a row, as if one time wasn't hard enough. Alright, not too bad. I'm making the same
DRS
mistake
will
that I
re-enable
saw in
this
the
lap.
telemetry
Using
data.
within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh no. I just keep doing it. After I did so good. Alright, let's see how close I can cut this one. So I was already losing it there. Oh my gosh. This is bad. I may have to like restart this session. Holy fuck. Oh no. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to say that.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Need to hurry up and make it to the pit stop.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna... Nah. Alright, let's try it. Let's at least use our flashbacks.
Come on, you can win that place back.
I got it back and I got DRS.
Best in lap you can.
Okay, here we go. I gotta keep this place and put it in the pit. Oh no.
Try not to push the tyres too hard. You're probably losing some grip at this point.
Yeah, definitely losing some grip at this point.
It looks like we might have an issue. Hang in there. We're attempting to manage it.
Oh no.
Gap to car in front is 3.2 seconds.
Oh, I can't use ERS. That's what the problem is.
There seems to be an issue with our ERS. Good news, it looks like the fault has been fixed.
Oh, nice. I can't adjust the fuel.
Go, go, go.
3-second stop.
tyres now. We want to finish the race on this
Okay.
compound. Okay, touch wood. Seems like the fault has resolved itself.
Oh man, these mediums are so much better than those worn out softs. Starting to catch back up.
Pierre is in for his stop. The gap to the car ahead is 2.9 seconds.
Okay, 2.9 seconds. I'm doing pretty consistent now. Oh, dang. That was close. I'm still catching the car in front though. Ah, he's pitting. He's on a different strategy.
Okay, some information on Raikkonen. They are out of the race. is 5.1 seconds. Green flag.
Lost it all in that corner. I was up. See where I'm at on these tires. Okay. We're still doing pretty good. That was painful.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, gap ahead is 5.1 seconds. Gap to teammate behind is 8.9 seconds.
Oh man, we were doing good. Okay, this is the last flashback. So it comes down to this. Oh man, lost some time there.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Ooh, a little too antsy. Already 4/10 down. Oh, mischief. Uh-oh. He's got DRS. Really need to learn to swing wider there.
This pace is strong, but be aware your tyres need to go the distance.
No. Oh my gosh. I forgot it was the last flashback. So, Alright. Well, we're not gonna stand for that. So, and since the camera died, let's just give it some time to charge too, you know. We'll come back whenever this thing's right, and we can do it in full glory. Obviously, I'm not good enough at the track yet to deserve the places that I'm getting, so I need to do some more work on it. So, alright guys, I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I'm gonna hop back on later on tonight, so let's see what time it is right now. All right, we're looking at 7 o'clock right now my time, so you know, give me maybe a couple of hours. We'll try to hop back on like at 9, so give me 2 hours and I'll be back. So thank you guys.